Here are 5 lessons men learn too late in life. 5 lessons. Men learn these lessons too late in life. I know some people will be wondering, why would this channel be teaching this? Well, it's very unusual, but it is very important. Occasionally, you'll be seeing this type of teaching here. This is very important. It applies mainly to our people who are business minded. These 5 lessons are important, and most of us do learn it late. And you know why I'm also teaching it? This is something I have realized that is also happening to my particular self. Certain things happen that we forget the other things. We have been about, making money and the rest. But it continues that way, and we are like, we attend to other things. But it comes to a point we begin to regret. So, here are 5 lessons men learn too late in life. I don't want you to learn these lessons too late. I want you to learn these lessons on time so that you begin to fix something, so that you will not regret. You know what it means to learn something late in life when it may not be applicable again. But this particular one, you are going to learn it early and begin to apply it. It has to do with your health. It has to do with relationships. It has to do with emotional skills. And it has to do with personal expansion and other things. It applies to every man, anywhere you are, but mostly to we who so much go about trying to make money and forget and leave other things unattended. Number 1, relationships require constant efforts and sacrifice. Constant effort and sacrifice. There are certain things you need to do. Please don't go out yet. Listen carefully, because there are a lot of things you pick and you begin to apply in life. I said relationship requires your constant effort and compromise, sacrifice. Now let's go into that. A lot of times we go out for business. We are about making money and making money. Even on festive seasons like this. I'm making this video during festive season. We are around Christmas, and we're right now we're talking about the New Year. We always, let me get back to business. It's all about business. I need to pay school fees January. I need to do this and that. It continued to a point. Our spouses, our family members, our close friendships, we take it for granted. I can remember a lot of people, including I, did not take their family out. Meanwhile, I allowed the children. Someone else took the family out for picnic. We go about business, we say, after all, we need this money to take care of those people that are left unattended to take care of our families. We go about our businesses. That time we are supposed to spend with them is spent on trying to make money. And by so doing, nothing is fanning that relationship. It continues to fade. Just like something you've not cleaned for a while. Stain of dust, gradual. Deposition of dust and the rest of them. It continues to grow stale, not clear. Go and check those furnitures in your house. Without cleaning them daily, it continues to, dust particles continue to settle on them. After a long while, it grows stale. And before you realize it, a lot of things have gone wrong. So what are we going to do? We must nourish those relationships, especially with our families, with our relatives, with our close ones. Let business not be the obstacle. You are not the only one making money out there. Let there be time for everything. Even in the Bible, they said there is time for everything, both in heaven and on earth. Time should be created to, there should be time spent with people around you. There are people who doesn't even take other calls except business calls. When they see family calls, they ignore. There are people who hardly spend time with their children. You never see them play. The children does not know them. Yes, they provide for. They take care of the fees and the rest of them. They put food on the table, but they don't stay together. Before you know it, I'm going for this, I'm going for that. I want to do this, I want to do that. All of their time is burnt in trying to make money. So some of the times, you need to soften on certain things. You need to calm down. And some people say, time is money. Yes, time is money. But then, some of the times, you need to soften. Some of those times spent on business could be burnt around family. It takes being vulnerable, sometimes compromise. Just like someone who is fasting. Yes, if you want to do fasting, you realize time spent on certain things is concentrated on being sacred so that your prayers will be answered. It takes hard work. Now, we are not saying you should give these things that are unattended to your whole time. No, but dedicate some time to refresh on this. And number 2, good health and self-care must become priorities before it is too late. Some people, because of one engagement or the other, because of one business, do not attend to their health. Some of the businessmen you see, successful businessmen, their health is deteriorating. They have certain sicknesses that requires them to take care of. They have certain sicknesses because of their business engagements. They forget about it. They forget their bodies and their mental health. They feel they are still young. They will attend to this in the future. Meanwhile, such mental issue has begun to show you signs and that you should deal with it at that point in time. But you're like, oh, with time we will, and sickness does like this some of the times. It accumulates. Some people say, I am still young. I will take care of this later. You are complicating issues. Some people, because of business, do not eat at the right time they are supposed to eat. Some people, because of business, do not sleep at the right time they are supposed to sleep. In trying to pursue our goals, some of us are living unhealthy lives. That, in a matter of time, in the future, those things left unattended to will begin to surface in a very bad way, complicated way. Because most of this is, like I said, is as a result of accumulations. No time is taken to burn fat. And you know what happens? Weight gain. No time is taken to burn out fats. Because you're almost always sitting, you're a workaholic doing something. It may not be an exercise. Weight gains and declining energy levels. Insomnia and emotional volatility. You said, oh, after all, I'm just young. I will deal with it. Let me make this money first so that by those times, when those time comes, I'll be relaxing. I'll have time for this. I'll have time for that number 1. Staying with the family when they are not around. Working on my health when it has deteriorated. Despite the warning signs. Because the sickness will still, these problems will begin to surface, let you know they are there. But because of your pursuit, it comes to a point, it becomes part of you. Oh, this is, part of me. Something that you would have dealt with. There's a saying that goes like this. We have one body and mind, so we better treat them well. Now, number three. Number three is like number one. Time with friends and family is more valuable than work and money. And that does not mean you bond the whole time with friends and family. Some of us are chasing promotions, trying to get deal, trying to accumulate wealth and assets. We miss family events, trying to get every other things, but leaving certain things, your family, your friends, social gathering, social meeting point, or leisure activities. Because I said I want to focus on my work. Well, you know what happens in life? Remember I told you certain things men do that they only realize later in life. It is full of deep regrets. You're like, oh, I missed those moments we would have, because those times in life, those the people have now dispersed, including your children. Such times cannot be recovered again. Eventually, we learn that relationships and shared experience are the authentic sources of life's richness, not status or object collected. Remember, in all of this, I said, you must still do your businesses and every other thing, but time should be created. Quality time should be created for other things. Your family, your friends. Because in the future, you may not have those times. Such people that would have been around are dispersed. And you begin to regret. And you begin to wonder, what have I done with my life? Because of pursuits. Wealth is not everything. No, it's not everything. It is important, but it's not everything. It gives you only accomplishment in the area of banks, account, and the rest. But there are other things that might have to go down for wealth to come up. So there should be a balance. Careers enable our livelihoods, yet we must balance ambition with sustaining the most meaningful bonds. Not because of your career, lose your relationships. The next day will always be waiting. Our loved ones and finite lifetimes may not. You can never bring those times back if you don't fix them right now. Remember, we said 5. Now, let's go to the number 4. Emotional intelligence and communication matters. Suppressing of our emotions, avoiding difficult conversations, and lacking the language to express our psychological needs or ask for help. We bottle up our feelings. We limit intimate connections. This particular point does not have to do with your business, but how you interact, how your communication, not wanting to open up. Things people would have given you advice on. And even when you open up, you don't bear it all. Ordinarily, somebody, not everybody, somebody would have given you the advice that will turn around things for you. Not giving the honest communications. And you know what? This harms your relationship. Not telling her or the other person what you feel, how you feel. And you know what? Later in life, the social bond carry greater meaning. The inability to be emotionally expressive, the inability to communicate properly or connect intimately with others, it makes you unfulfilled. Remember, those days can never come back. And these are things you notice, things you get to now know lately. We learn too late that embracing vulnerability, speaking truths, listening actively, resolving conflicts through dialogue, and honing emotional availability nurture healthier and more rewarding links with spouses, family, friends, and community. Bottling up your feelings, not expressing yourself properly, hiding certain things that would have been resolved, not listening actively, saying, I don't want to be vulnerable. At a point in time in life, you were like, oh, if I had opened up, if I had shared this moment, if I've done this. And here is number 5. Number 5 is that it is never too late for personal growth. It is time for you to embrace flexibility. I want to tell you, some would have said, some will be saying they have missed those times that they can't be making such corrections. A particular saying in Igbo language says, "Tabubo, today is not too late, but it is better to start early." Today is not too late to start embracing flexibility. Don't say, I've lost it all. Begin to change. Yes, it is more challenging later, but then every event is a lesson to the witness. Learn new things. Advance with time. Don't say, I must stick to the old ideas. I must stick to what I've been doing. Be open to new things. Don't see yourself as finished product, because as at this time, some are saying we cannot mend things. No. Go back to the drawing board. It is not yet over. Try as much as you can to mend that which is lost. Begin to make that course. Begin to dedicate those times. It may not be as it would have been if you've been doing the right things, those things. We must never see ourselves as finished products, but rather as works in progress. It doesn't matter the age as at that point in time. Yes, for some, it seems all hope is lost. We have the money, we have everything we needed. But there is a distance in terms of our relationship with others, with the ones that are supposed to be close. Begin to make those calls. Begin to do those exercises. Begin to open up on certain things, certain areas that you need to open up. It is not too late. It is late, but not too late. Begin to work out. Yes, remember those years have been burnt on focusing on growing that your business. Begin to work out again. It, like I said, it may not be as it would have been if you've been doing these right things. But then, don't see yourself as done. Thanks for watching. Please share widely and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye-bye for now.